Hey y'all, welcome to our channel. Fried rice. I call it everything fried rice because I be putting everything up in there. Now, I got the Brussels sprouts, the carrots, the onions, red onions, yellow onions, red peppers, green peppers. I got my sweet peas. Got me a little bit of zucchini, only half of it. I cut it in half long way, so half of the zucchini. And then I got my garnishes. I got my green onions, cilantro, parsley, and these right here are grape tomatoes. I usually like to use the cherry tomatoes, but you know, when you shopping online, and you know, you get what you get, so that's that. I use grapeseed oil. Y'all can use olive oil, avocado oil, whatever oil y'all want to use. That's, you know, up to y'all, but I love grapeseed oil. And because it's, you know, it's for the low at Aldi. You know, you get this big one for what, this be like what, $2-3, you know, so I love this. And then right here I got my tuna. Sometimes I use the flavor ones, like right now I'm using the flavor ones because I really wanted to try this hickory smoke one. But normally I just use the regular tuna and oil. If you want to do the flavor, you can do the flavor. If you don't, you don't have to. And another thing is, if you don't, you know, eat tuna, you don't have to. You don't have to put this in there. The rice is going to be good with the tuna or without the tuna. But that's just what I like to do. Because, you know, I'm a pescatarian and this is how I roll. I got my Montreal seasoning because, hold up y'all, I will be also adding in some red snapper into the rice. Yeah, like I said, if you want to use, if you want to substitute this with like some chicken or you know, whatever you want to substitute it, shrimp, whatever, you can do that as well. But I decided, you know, since I got this little pack, you know, this ain't gonna feed my whole household, so I figure I'd chop it up and put it in, you know, my rice. So boom. And then I got my seasonings. I love this seasoning. Yes, I said I'm a pescatarian, but this does not have chicken in it, you know, but I love this. I love to season my seafood with this. I have my thyme, my paprika. Now this one, I be wanting to say cumin, you know, not cumin, but you know, I guess it's cumin, however y'all want to call it, you know. I got the garlic powder, onion powder. I like garlic powder and onion powder. I don't like all that salt because, you know, I like to use my sea salt. I don't need all that extra salt. And I got my black pepper. And this right here, baby. This right here is my Moroccan seasoning. You know, since I am Moroccan, you know, gotta keep it close to home, gotta keep it real. I love this seasoning. I put this on everything. That's my baby in the background. He running stuff. But yeah. And then I don't really, you know, I just tried this. I had put this in the rice. I made the rice. You know, I do season my rice when I am cooking. Pasha, you got something to say? I just bought this at the store. I wanted to know what it is. It smells really good. So I put this in my rice. I won't be using it again when I cook the rice over here. I already did the rice. I didn't do a tutorial for the rice. But if you guys need a tutorial on how to make rice, I will definitely show you. Because yes, I do season my rice when I cook it. I season everything. So right now I got my pot on. You know, it's preheated. You know, you can tell it's preheated because the oil's moving very smoothly around the pan. I just want to cover the pan. This is going to be a 1-pan shot. You're only going to need 1 pan. Well, for this. Well, technically 2 because you got to make the rice. But if you're using quick rice, you can also use quick rice. But everything's getting put into this pan. So that's how we're going to do it. So we're going to start off with, you know, cooking the red snapper. And this is, I love this fish. I love red snapper. I love it with the skin on. If you are not a fan of skin on your fish, you know, I guess you can get it peeled or whatever. You could take it off. But I love red snapper fish. This is my favorite fish, and this is fish. You know, it normally has bones in it, but you can get it like fillet, like how I got it, and there's no bone. But this is a fish that, you know, usually comes with the bone in it. But, you know, you can find it in like a fish market fillet. They'll fillet it for you with, you know, without the bones. And you can also get it without the skin if that's what you choose to do. So I'm going to just lay this, you know, facing up because I'm going to season this. I normally season it, you know, before I get to cooking it. So we're going to get the seasoning in. And yes, I do wipe my seasonings off when I'm done cooking, you know, because I ain't got time to be washing my hands and, you know, stopping to wash my hands after every little thing. But I do clean off my seasonings and everything. That's why I got everything prepped for y'all. I do wash my hands, so, you know, don't be talking mess. So, you know, we're just going to season this up a little bit. And yes, we're going to season both sides. I seasoned it with the Montreal. You can season this however you want to season, but please season it on both sides. You can put whatever seasonings. If you don't like my seasonings and you know what I got going on, you ain't got to use these. Use the seasonings that you want to use. You know, it's up to you, however you want to do it. Whatever floats your boat. But this is what I'm doing. And we're going to cook this fish first because we want this fish flavor to be in the pan when we go to cook the vegetables. You want that all up in there. Let me just turn it up a little bit. It was already preheated, but you know, I'm going to just turn it up so that it can get the cooking. And don't be putting your hand, you know, in the pan like this. Don't mind me. I'm a little cray-cray. You know, it is hot. Don't be doing that. You know, get a utensil. My mom's over here cracking up, y'all, because she laughing at me. Yeah, that's how we do that. And then this is going to be real. I'm going to put this thyme in here. This is going to be, ain't no accidents. I grabbed it, so it's supposed to go on here, you know. Ancestors is talking to me, you know. It's what I'm supposed to be doing, you know. This is going to be real simple and easy. I know it looked like a lot, but it looked like a lot because I prepped everything before I did it. It's really not a lot. It may look like a lot, but it's really, really not, y'all. This don't take no time at all. You know, if you got stuff you got to do, I cook the rice, you know, beforehand. The rice is already done. This is something that you could just be doing, you know, when you're doing other things. This is the type of meal you could be making, you know, when you're doing other things. You ain't got to be sitting in the kitchen doing stuff. You could have your vegetables already cut and prepped, you know. And then boom, I'm turn this up a little bit more. Put it on the medium heat to cook. And this ain't gonna take no time to cook. And the reason why I wanted it face up first is because I want this side to cook. You know, because when I flip it over, I still want my skin, you know, to be on there nice and right, nice and crispy. I don't want it to be all burnt. And this is what I'm doing. You ain't gotta do all this. I'm being extra right now. It's just what I'm doing because I like my grease. And this is a new pan. I usually use my electric skillet, but I seen this pan and I was like, oh, I kind of like this pan. You know, it looked a little fancy. I thought it did. You know, so I got it because I like it, and it's a nice big pan. And I be liking to cook in nice big pans because even though, you know, I don't got that big of a household, but I love to make big portions of food. Because I like leftovers. I'm greedy. I like to, you know, go back and get seconds and thirds. And then I'll be wanting some the next day. For probably breakfast or something. Yeah, we're going to let this cook for about 10 minutes on one side. And then we're going to flip it over. Alright, y'all. We finna flip this over. Look at that. Look at that. Period. Look at that. Nice. Crispy. See, the seasonings are still on there and everything. And then you see all around the pan. This is a big pan. My burner ain't that big. You know, the pan's bigger than the burner, but that's all right. You know, it's going to work out. But you see all these, the seasoning residue and oil, that's what we want, because once we get these vegetables on and popping, you know, it's going to soak up all of that. You know, but that don't mean we ain't going to season our vegetables still. It's still getting seasoned, but this is going to be flavorful. It's going to just add a little more flavor, and that's why I'm just, because my pan is bigger than my burner, I'm just going to be, you know, rotating my fish, you know. But you ain't got to do this. You can get a regular schmegular pan or your electric pan that fits, that ain't, you know, being all extra. You won't even have to do all this, so don't mind this part, okay? This is just what I'm doing. It ain't necessary. I'm just doing this because I wanted to try out this pan or skillet, whatever y'all want to call it. See how it's, you know, it's all puffed up and everything, and when you touch it, it's a nice crisp, you know, feel to it and everything. I love this fish. It's very it's like a meaty type fish, and it's good when you mixing it in with stuff. This fish and cod is very good when you're you know, shredding it up for like a meat filling. You know, for all the pescatarians, y'all know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead while this is still cooking on the one side. This is what I mean about how, you know, how my skin, I still wanted my skin to be nice and crisp, you know, and everything. I didn't want to burn it because I like my skin. But yes, getting a little dry back there. I'm gonna go ahead and send it in some oil, you know. But that's all right. And I don't want to cook it. I don't want to overcook it because, like I said, I'm adding it into the fried rice. So I don't want to overcook it. So this is good right now. This is good. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on the plate because later we're going to come back and chop it up. Let me quit playing and grab a spatula. You know. So right now we're going to turn this down a little bit. We're going to start with the carrots and the sliced Brussels sprouts. Now I got a pack of Brussels sprouts, and I just took 5 of them out, you know, sliced them into, you know, the little circles, and I took the end part off. You can keep that part on if you want because that's still edible. And then I took like about 18 of them baby carrots that come in the bag, you know, at the grocery store, the bag carrots. I took about 18 of those and, you know, sliced them up real pretty, you know. Since this had all the seasoning in it, I might not have to put none on this batch, but I will definitely have to season the rest on my next batch. You see? And the reason why we're starting with these 2 vegetables are because these ones take longer to cook. And we don't want, you know, you try to put this in when you put the rest of them in, it's going to be all hard and, you know, not good. It ain't going to be good. Okay? Yes, we want them to still be, you know, we still want that crunch, but we want to cook crunch. You know, even though you can eat salad, I mean, you can eat carrots raw and everything, but, you know, we want them to still be, you know, a nice soft crunch in the rice, because, you know, we want everything to go very well. We want everything to blend real well. Is that proper grammar? Proper grammar? Real well. Whatever, y'all, don't play at me. Yeah. And you know, this is gonna be real good. You don't need a lot of and let me tell you something. You can put whatever vegetables you want to do. This is why I call it my everything rice, because I don't always add Brussels sprouts. Like right now, I usually put my portobello mushrooms in, but I ain't had that. You know, so I'm working with what was in the fridge. You know. And this is a good meal for when you want to do a when you know you want to clean out your refrigerator and the food that's in there that you need to get rid of. This is a perfect meal to start just to cook and get rid of the stuff that, you know, been in there for a while, but, you know, it ain't bad, but it's, you know, about to go bad, but you got to catch it before it go bad, because don't be out here wasting no food now. For real. You know, this is the perfect meal to do that. Now, while we waiting on this to simmer down and everything, yeah. Can you smell it, Mom? What it smelling like? It's smelling good? So, yeah, while we waiting on this to do its thing and get caramelized up, here go the rice. I'm going to just show y'all the rice right here. Let me show y'all this, because, you know, I like to put ginger in my rice, because it's real, look, ginger in your rice is real good, but see, look, they got this crystallized ginger, and I love this. I love this. You know, that's what it looks like, y'all, at the bottom. You know, that way, you know, it's no fuss, no muss. It's already cut, ready for me to just pop right on in there. And
you really just smell that ginger too.
Yeah, and you could really smell it. And you could see the gingers in there, but don't worry, y'all. If y'all don't eat ginger, y'all ain't even gotta do all that. I just like ginger. I love ginger, and I be trying to incorporate it, you know, any way I could, because it is good for you. That's what they say, you know, on the university. They tell you that ginger is good for you, and I believe them. Because, you know, I drink ginger tea when I got a cold and everything, and it do me good. It do my body good. But this is the rice, and I seasoned it. Everything that's over here that I showed y'all, that's what I seasoned the rice with when I started to cook it. So, you know, once you put the water in and you put the rice in, then you season it up. You let it broil, and, you know, this is the end result. You looked at me because I said broil. Boil. Did I say it right? It felt like I said. Okay.
We just moving on.
Okay, that's Cam. You know, that's Cam. That's my mama, and I'm Mish. You know, but yeah. So this is percolating. This is percolating. So we can go ahead and add in our onions, because you see how it look. You can see how caramelized that is. That's what we want. We want that good look. We want that good look. You know, we might have to add a little oil, because as you can see, it soaked all that oil up. Didn't I tell y'all? All that oil that was in the pan, no fuss, no muss. All them seasonings and everything, it soaked that right up. So don't be all discouraged. You know, this ain't bacon, because Lord knows I can't bake. I ain't even the measuring type. I don't even be measuring nothing. I just be like, you know, going with what it look like to my eyes and everything. So, you know, yeah, don't waste nothing. Scrape all of that in there. You know, but yeah, we're gonna put these onions in there. We're gonna put these peppers up in there. You know. With these peppers, we definitely want to salt and pepper this right here now. You know, season everything. You know, that's what my aunt said to me. Yeah, season everything this season. And I believe her, because, you know, her food is bomb. So, and she taught me how to cook. Had me in the kitchen when I was what, Mom? What? 5, 6.
You don't want to touch how to cook that.
No, Mom, don't play. She started me off now. Don't do that. You know. Yes, Mama, I learned to cook from my mom, but my mom ain't had me in no kitchen at 5 years old. She ain't had time for that. My mom too OCD, perfect, you know, cleaning. You know, she ain't got the time for all that. She had to get dinner on the table. My aunt was the only crazy one that would play around with us like that. But yeah. So look how pretty that look, y'all. Look at all these beautiful colors. And look, you ain't got to be perfect, okay? Look at this. Look, I'm trying to put this in the camera now. Look at this. Look at how I cut this. You know, it's going to be real good, though. Don't worry about it. You could cut your vegetables however you want to cut it, because it ain't going to change the flavor, okay? Still going to be bomb. still gonna be good. Did I show them that general sauce? I forgot to tell y'all. This is my secret weapon. Now, I can't be telling y'all where the general sauce that I started off using, because you know them people, they ain't paying me to be advertising for them. But that wasn't. But look, this right here, baby, in the fried rice, baby, you don't need no soy sauce, you know. And sometimes if I ain't got none of this, don't play with me. I'll throw a little barbecue sauce up in there, okay? Period. Whatever you want to do, whatever floats your boat. You know, cooking ain't that hard. This ain't bacon. This ain't the bakery.
That's not really good.
You know, you want it to be pretty. You want it to be, you know. And we're going to add a little oil to this, because, you know, it's all getting a little dried up. So you just going to just take it. You know, you don't got to put a lot in, you know. Do a little circle, plain flour. You know, mix it all around, then we're going to let it, you know, do what it do. I had turned it down, but now we want some, because we want these onions nice and caramelized. We want these green peppers nice and caramelized. So we still want it to be alive. We don't want it all the way there, because yes, y'all, vegetables are alive. Plants, up, look, onion, get that onion back in there. Quit playing. You know. I don't want them all the way there. We still want that crunch, you know. I love vegetables. I'm like half pescatarian, half vegetarian, okay? Because I'll eat vegetables and don't even have no meat, okay? Thought we'd be rocking up in this house. I'll make you a full course vegetarian meal with no meat, and you know, that'll be that. It's gonna be good, you're gonna be full, and you're gonna be satisfied. And you're gonna love it. Yes, I wish I could smell it. You know, but y'all know what vegetables smell like when they getting all perked up. You know, you ain't gotta do all this extra playing with it. This is just what I do with my food, because you know, love hands, you know, the energy that I put in my food. That's the secret ingredient. Love. Cook your food with love. Don't be coming in the kitchen all angry, because that's how your food gonna turn out. Angry. An angry mess. You know? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead, let that do what it do. We're gonna cook this down for about that's a green pepper. I'm gonna throw that up in there. I'm gonna let this cook for about 5 minutes. Then we're gonna go on ahead to the next. I'm gonna just give this one more stir, because I'm extra. You ain't gotta do all that. Once you stir it once, let it cook, then start to flip it. I'm gonna let this cook for 5 minutes. And we'll get back to that. Go ahead, start with this for the minute. Oh, my mom had the camera rolling, y'all. I ain't gonna. Alright, y'all, so I had already just, you know, chopped it up. You could cut it however you want to cut it. You see it's nice, beautiful. You know, it just falls right apart. The knife ain't even do it just as soon as I just put the knife to it, it just started falling apart. You know? Ain't nothing to it. Cut it however you want to cut it. There ain't no, it ain't no rocket scientist. Rocket scientist.
Not rocket
scientist. Rocket scientist. Look at that. Look how pretty that is, y'all. Look. You know, this is what we want. This is what we want. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and add this little I wanted to say zucchini. Zucchini. We're gonna add the zucchini and the sweet peas, y'all. Gonna throw that in there, because these don't take long. Look, I cut them real Look at the camera, Mom.
I just clicked.
Look, that is real thin. It ain't nothing to it. Y'all, if y'all don't eat zucchini, y'all don't gotta add these. But you know, my mom don't really like zucchini. That's why I ain't add the whole thing. Cause I would have added the whole thing. Cause I love zucchini. But she don't like it, you know. But
I don't like big dumb zucchini. I like skinny, chopped up. Okay.
Look, don't let Cam play, okay? If she say, look, this I got a little water. I'm gonna go ahead and drain that out real quick because this is frozen, but I had unthawed them in some water. But we don't want all that excess water. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain that. Frozen peas. And you know, some people be saying they be using you know, frozen green peppers and all of that nonsense. If that's what you use, do you. I can't. You know, there's some things that I eat frozen, like I eat frozen corn, you know, frozen broccoli, not onions and green peppers and all that. That's too far. Y'all need to stop. I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper, you know, layers, season with, you know, everything got to be seasoned. You can't just be throwing stuff in there unseasoned and bland. You ain't got to do nothing much, but just throw something on it. Throw something on it.
That really smells good.
You just, you know, roll it around. And I'm telling y'all, it's going to be good. It's good. Whatever y'all want to put in this rice, y'all can do that. This is just, you know, I'm just giving you ideas to work with. You know, you ain't got to do exactly this. This ain't that type of thing where, you know, you got to use this. You got to use, you know, the exact measurement of this and the exact measurement of that. I can't operate like that. I can't cook like that because, you know, sometimes I don't be feeling like, you know, doing something. And I want to switch it up. You know, you could do that. You can switch it up. You know.
Did you get bald out there?
Oh my him. Guacamole. He's biting me. Okay. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna let this cook a little because we want our zucchini to be, you know, getting a little caramelized. We want our peas to be, you know. You'll be able to see, like, there ain't nothing on the pea right now, but you'll be able to see, like, they'll start turning brown. You know, they won't be burnt. Don't play at me. I don't burn no food. Don't even play at me like that. But we want them to get, you know, browned. You know, you just layer it. You know, this is gonna be real good, y'all. I promise y'all. It's real easy. It might look like a lot because, you know, how I had everything all set up. But if I wasn't doing this video, I'd have had everything piled up. Everything that go in, you know how I layered it. I'll have all of that layered in one pile. You know, that's how I'm going to layer it in the pan. That's how I would have had it, you know, set to the side. But since I'm doing the video, I wanted to, you know, get real fancy, pull out my, you know, fancy Goodwill plate. Don't play. Dude.
Look at that right there.
Yeah, it's gonna be real good. It's gonna be real good. People gonna be thinking y'all done did something. Y'all ain't did nothing. But throw it in the pan. Yeah, period, y'all. Period. Alright, I'm gonna quit you know, stirring it. But you know, I be having to, I do this because I just be feeling like the energy comes through my hands. You know, when I'm cooking, I like to cook with love. I want you to taste it. I want you to taste my love. You know, somebody told me they could taste my love. I ain't gonna mention no names, but they know who they is. But let me quit. Can't go, you know, that already because my mom want to hear all that. You know, we friends, but we ain't friends like that. Yeah, y'all. So look at it. It's getting real, you know, you see it starting to, like, you know, You know, it's still got that crunch. It's still got that crunch. You know, it's still crunchy. That's what you want. You don't want no wilted vegetables. You know, you don't want to overcook them because, you know, it just ain't right. Sometimes I be liking my overcooked vegetables, but God, dog, you know, can we eat something with a little crunch? You know, can we get a feel of the vegetable? Can we get an idea of what the vegetable was like when it was raw? You know, it don't gotta be all wilted. You know, you want it to be nice and, you know, you want that soft crunch. And then right about now, y'all, this is the part where we throw our rice in. You ain't literally gonna throw the rice in, but you know, you're gonna put the rice in. So I'm gonna go ahead and well, first let me cause I don't want to pour my rice in and then my rice start burning and everything. So while this is, you know, cooking up, I'm gonna turn the fire down just a little. I'm gonna put it on 4, you know. And while this is like, you know, getting caramelized, I'm gonna go ahead and open up my tuna packet. Cause once I put the rice in and I stir the rice up, then I'm gonna start, you know, putting my meat in because I don't want my rice to be, you know, getting all burnt. So you ain't gotta cook. Don't think cause it's called fried rice that you really gotta, you know, fry it. You know, it's called fried rice because it go in the pan and gets stirred around for a little bit. You know, in grease. That's how you fry stuff, in grease. Grease, oil, you know, to that nature. I'm going to go ahead and put my tuna on a plate. And normally, I wouldn't care if my rice burnt. But because I'm doing this for y'all, I don't want y'all to think that y'all supposed to be having burnt rice or nothing, you know. So I'm going to take the time out to do this because, you know, if I wasn't, you know, doing this video, I would just, you know, take my time and put my tuna in because, you know, I like a little caramelized rice. You know, it don't make me no mind. I love it. And, you know, this tuna is expensive, so don't play. Get every drop out of this pack. I don't care if you got to put your finger up in there and grab that tuna. Get it. You know, you pay all this, you pay money for this. You want every little drop. I don't care if you got to, so my aunt used to cut the bag open, okay? I used to be looking at her like she was so extra. But, hey, you pay all your money for this. Look, get it all. Let me tell you something. We was a Cookn family, y'all. Don't play. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that caramelization. Is that a word? Okay. So you know I am good for making that word, but yes, baby, this is what we want, honey. Yes, this is what we want. This is the perfect time to add in your rice. And look, even though it's caramelized, it still got the crunch, y'all. It still got the crunch. And look, if you don't want the crunch, I'm stressing the crunch. But if you want your vegetables to be all wilted and everything, by all means, wilt that damn vegetable. Okay. But you know, for our vegetable lovers, okay. Sure, if you want to wilt it, go ahead and get the frozen. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna wilt. Okay, this is the perfect time to add in our rice, and yes, we add in all this rice. Okay, I'm going to have plenty. You know, go through all of this trouble to do the rice. You can do the instant rice and flavor that up. Because let me tell you something, my little sister, she will hook some instant rice up, okay? You wouldn't even know. At first, I was concerned when she had that in her cupboard. I was concerned because the girl wasn't raised like that. But she'll hook it up. Don't play. All right, so this is the rice, y'all. And I'm gonna go and like, look, y'all can see the little gingers and everything. This is how it look, real nice and cooked and good. Looking delicioso. Y'all hear that, all my Spanish speaking peeps? We're gonna put some oil on this rice because this rice will soak up this oil so fast. It's ridiculous. You don't want no dried up rice. Don't worry, y'all see the clumps and everything. Don't worry, it's gonna unclump. We need to get this heat, baby. Gonna break all up. And now I usually use my magic rice, which is that jasmine rice. But let me tell y'all, when I went to the store, it was wasting me and my mom's time. Going to this store to go get some jasmine rice, and they ain't even have it. And I was mad, so I was like, forget it. I'm gonna just use the little corny rice in my cupboard. But I use jasmine rice, but feel free to use whatever rice you know y'all want to use. But the reason why, I'm gonna tell y'all why I like using jasmine rice, okay? Because sometimes I don't get the rice perfect every single time. You know, sometimes my rice be coming out mushy. Look, but you think I'm gonna throw it away? Huh? I ain't wasting no food over here. Look, you see it's breaking up. It's breaking up, y'all. It's turning into rice. It's turning into rice. Don't worry about it. Don't get discouraged. You better still eat that rice because look, let me tell you something. Even though the rice be a little sticky, you know, for my sticky rice eaters, you know, I ain't knocking y'all because I love me some sticky rice too. Period. But that's why I like using jasmine rice, because even when it, you know, comes out like that, it's still good. Once you put it up on this heat with this oil, you know, it still comes out amazing. You wouldn't even know you messed the rice up. You wouldn't even know. You would not even know. But, you know, if y'all want to, maybe I'll do a tutorial on how I make my rice. You know. But, the reason why it got this, sometimes my rice be having like a, get that rice up in there. We ain't wasting nothing. Any food that fall on the stove, you gotta pick that food up and put it back in here. Sure. But, what I saying, Mom?
Girl, I don't know. I'm just looking at the food.
You ain't even listening to me, Mom?
I hear you.
My mom's having it, never mind. But look, let me tell y'all something about my mom, okay? She is the most, look, we'll send her with some bomb food that we think is bomb. And we'll be like, Mom, was it good? She'll be like, I mean, it was alright. You know, everything be alright. Everything be alright, okay? But let me tell y'all something. When she say something's bomb, okay, best believe it's like amazing bomb. Like, because she don't say nothing's bomb. And, oh yes, for the record, she said my fried rice is bomb. Is I'm lying, Mom? I'm going ahead. You see, I did it real fancy for y'all. Put it on the plate and everything. I ain't even have to do that because normally I just take it from the pack and pour it right up in here. But I'm being real fancy right now. Alright? Now, I'm a little ghetto, but you know, try to be fancy for the folks.
Get all that.
All that. Look, there was a little green, little Brussels sprout. That got to get up in there too. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stir this tuna up in because, you know, I don't want to have all this clump stuff. You know, you don't want to clump everything up in there like that. I'm going to go ahead and stir this tuna up. You see how the tuna is going to be pink? You know, the tuna's still cooked when it's in the pack, but, you know, it's going to turn brown in the rice, and that's all right. That's what you want. Good lovingness. You know? Get that up in there. Like I said earlier, y'all ain't got to put this tuna up in here if y'all don't want to. Y'all can put shrimp. But every time I do my fried rice, I always put tuna in there. No matter what other meat I'm putting in there, the rice is always mixed with tuna. Unless, of course, I'm having company and there's somebody that don't eat tuna, I will leave it out. You know, I will leave it out. But, you know, you don't have to put the tuna in. You could do this however you want to. You don't got to put, look, it was done before I put the tuna in it. If you want to eat it like that, you know, look, do you, boo-boo. Okay? It ain't even that deep. But I'm just showing y'all what, you know, what I do, giving y'all, you know, putting the idea on the table for y'all to be able to, you know, do what y'all want to do. You know? And let y'all know I didn't copyright this recipe. You know, it's alright. Use the recipe. You know? Tweak it how you want to tweak it. It's gonna be good. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You know, put that tuna up in there. All right, and then I'm going ahead and let me see if y'all can see the tuna. See how it? You see how it got a little it turned a little brown. It ain't as pink as it was when I first put it in. All right, this pan is the bomb. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this pan. Show y'all something. Show y'all something. Aldi be having something. You hear me? Okay. Love Aldi. The only thing about Aldi, you gotta get it when you see it. When you see it and you like it, you better get it, because it will not be there again. Just like that jasmine rice when we went to Aldi the other day. I seen the jasmine rice. I said, no, I ain't gonna get it. And then look, we went back and it wasn't even there. So look, but they do always have jasmine rice. They was just, you know, out of it. I'm pretty sure they was gonna restock it, but you know. But yeah, so you see my skin isn't up in there, but you know I gotta break my skin up because I want my skin all up and through there, honey. And you ain't gotta put the skin in there, but I love the skin. Okay, you don't gotta do this. If you want the skin off, baby, take that skin off. This is your rice. Okay. So I'm gonna just break it up because you know we eat skin over here. We turn skin into fish chips over there. Okay. And you just mix it in and then flame flour. Okay, let me get my other piece of skin. Break that up. And you know this is dangerous. This is hot, y'all. Don't be, you know, don't try to do stuff like this. You know, if you gotta pull it out and cut it, do that. Don't try to do. Don't be doing this. I'm a little retarded. You know. I don't have time for all that. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And you just gonna mix it all around, get it all up in there, and then I'm gonna add my sauce up in there because we want it to be very flavor on top of flavor, honey. We want it to be delicious. I ain't got time to eat my food. I want you to be like saying every time you take a chew. I want to hear See, this is why I want to, you know, cook my fish all the way, because this is really hot, and you know this is going to cook in this rice. You want the fish to be done, but you don't want to, you know, dry it out. And plus, seafood don't take long to cook. You know, 5 minutes on one side, 5 minutes on the other side. You know? And then, like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay.
You got some skin out. Get that skin. Get
Where
that
that
skin.
skin at? Right here?
Right here.
Oh,
Right here on the stove.
oh, period. Put that skin back up in there. What's this? Look at this. Look at this little rice trying to get away. Get in there. Come on. Come on. Come on. I heard food is real scarce around here, you know? Going to the store, ain't no food. Nobody got time for that. We wasting no food. Because guess what? We ate good yesterday. Hopefully we can eat good tomorrow. God willing. Alright. I'm doing extra stirring. It's already all mixed in, but I'm extra with my food. I like to do extraness, you know, with my food when I'm stirring. I do a whole bunch of extra nonsense stirring, but to me, in my mind, that's me putting my love in it because it's coming from my hands. I got to put that love energy up in there. How beautiful that is, y'all. Come on now. Period. This rice will not disappoint. It will not. I promise you. And listen, seasoning your rice, baby. Let me tell you something. Alright, so y'all, let me get this garnish over here on popping. For showing off real bad for y'all. Let me get it on popping over here. Take my plastic. Oh, look, I was wrapped it in plastic and everything for y'all. I'm being real extra. Doing it for the tube. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and put these green onions in here like that. And I use, this is about 5 green onions. About 5 green onions. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a stir. Stir that up in there real good. Cause I don't really want you know what, I should have put the tomatoes in first, but it's alright. It ain't no big deal because I don't really want my tomatoes to be all cooked like that anyway because I like tomatoes. And if you do not like tomatoes, do not put it in here. You don't have to. This is just what I'm garnishing the rice with, you know. This is the stuff you just put in last, you know. Don't trip. You ain't got this. Don't worry about it. Let me tell you something. The only reason why I'm putting fresh parsley in here right now is because I had it in the refrigerator. You know, like if you want to use your parsley flakes, go ahead and use that because that's what I do. I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm being real fancy. You know, I'm going to go ahead and put these tomatoes in. Just going to stir them around because it's going to, you know, cook real fast. But I'm going to go ahead and put some salt on that because let me tell you something. Season these tomatoes, okay? Don't even play with it. Season them. You ain't got to do just, you know, a little salt. And don't worry because I'm seasoning it. If you don't want to put the seasoning, you know, on the vegetables while it's in the rice, you can season it before you put it in the rice. You know? If you're nervous about it being too salty or whatever, season it before you put it in the rice. So that way you know, you can manage it more better. Is that a thing? Y'all, listen, y'all don't be judging me by the way I be talking. Because let me tell you something. It's just what it is. Okay? Period. Get that up in there. All that goodness up in there. And you see it's very colorful. It's very beautiful. That's what we want. You want your food to look as good as it's going to taste. Now, there is food that might smell good but ain't good. There is food that might look good that ain't good. But let me tell you something. This looks good, smells good, and is good. Okay? Don't even play with me. There's no games when it comes to this.
I never seen you make the rice before.
You didn't. You always just making sure I put something to the side.
Oh, that was me shaking, my bad.
Look at this. This fish. Let me say something. Even though it looks like a little bit of fish and it looked like a little bit of tuna, baby, it's all fruit. Every bite, you're going to have fish and tuna, vegetables in every bite. Okay? If you're working with, you know, less, just cut them up. Just cut it up. Honey. My son crying in the background. Y'all don't mind him. He alright. Alright. Now the tomatoes is in there. I still want my tomatoes, look, there you can see they're, you know, puffing up. They're starting to wilt a little bit, but I still want them to be nice. Oh, you see that juice, baby? That's what we want. We still want it to be nice, juicy, and a little firm. So that's why you put that in last, like you garnishing it. You know, you still want it to be juicified and firm, but you know, hot and a little cooked. So we're gonna go ahead and add the last little hoorah, and this is parsley and cilantro. All right, you don't got to add the cilantro. You don't have to have fresh cilantro. They sell cilantro dried. If you like cilantro and you don't got it, you can always get it in the store dried, you know, as a seasoning. But I had these on hand, so I'm going to put it in. And you know, I cut the whole thing, stem and everything. Look, got the stems up in here too, baby. Okay, don't waste nothing. And look, you cut it. It ain't gotta be perfect when you cut it. It's your food, you know. I just, you know, balled it up. That's what I do with the you ball it up and you cut it, and it come out like that. And it's still gonna be pretty, and it's still gonna be beautiful. And yes, I want it mixed in because I want to eat my herbs in every bite. If you want to serve it, you know, garnish every plate or bowl. You can leave it to the side and garnish it after you make every serving. And you can add it on top, but I want it inside because that's what I do. Once the food is done, I'm ready to eat. I ain't got time. Just fold it up in there. You ready to eat? My son ready to eat, y'all. I done played on his time doing this video, and he ready to eat. I know. Let me see. You want to get up? Look, he want to get up. He want to see what he about to eat. Look at that. Look at that here. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Look, I'm being, period. All right, look, y'all. This is what I'm going to go ahead and do for y'all because now I'm being extra. I ain't had no raw shrimp in my freezer, but guess what I had? I had these butterfly coconut shrimps, baby. And don't be reaching in the oven. Just the foil is not hot. When you got foil in the oven, you grab that foil. It's not hot. I promise you. You will not get burnt. But look, I got these butterfly shrimp and everything. Just I'm gonna go ahead and you know, put that right there because you know I was like, dang, I ain't got no shrimp. I thought I had, you know, some raw shrimp, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this for y'all for the tube. You know, these coconut shrimp is I do not like buying pre-breaded food, but if I see something and it look like it might be something I want to entertain, I will buy it. And these butterfly coconut shrimp, I will entertain those because they are delicious. And all you gotta do is throw them in the oven. You know, that's real ghetto. It look real ghetto, but it look real cute and good, and it's gonna be good. It's going to definitely be good. Okay, got some salad. You know, like I said, we love our vegetables over here. We got some salad that Cam done hooked up. Salad queen. Okay. So I'm just sprinkling the sauce on top just so it can look pretty. You know, I'll sprinkle it right there. Now, get my fancy Goodwill bowl so I can plate this up for y'all. Look at that sting, baby. Look at that. Look, pan clean, okay? No fuss, no muss. And it's always better when you're making fried rice.
You're getting salad too, right?
Yeah.
You putting it in the same bowl?
You want it in the same bowl?
Oh, I thought you were making your plate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, my mind gonna let me forget about that salad, okay? And I didn't. But this is, I'm just doing, you know, plating this, you know, this. I'm just plating this for y'all.
Oh, well, I could just,
You know.
show love.
up in there, baby. Look at that. I'm gonna put another one. Put another one. That shrimp up in there like that. Like that. Alright, y'all. This is our finished, our everything fried rice. Then this is my mom's gourmet everything salad. And you know, we put it in this bowl because you know, once we plate the salad, there's sauteed vegetables that goes on top. We didn't do a video for this one, y'all, but maybe that's something we can do in the near future. But this is our end result. This is what we having for dinner / lunch. Cause we eat lunch. No, so what you call dinner and lunch? Dunch.
We're gonna eat it.
Yeah, we're eating lunch and dinner. Okay.
I don't know.
So yeah, y'all. But thank y'all for watching our channel. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We trust y'all enjoy this food because we will and we do.
It is Bama. Look at that.
Okay. We'll close up on the salad, you know. Period. But you know, show us some love and like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all. Peace.